Asilimia 60 ya wanafunzi walio kati ya umri wa miaka 13 hadi 17 katika kaunti ya Marsabit hawana uwezo wa kusoma vitabu vya gredi ya 4. Hayo ni kulingana na utafiti uliofanywa na shirika la Alive, ambapo jumla ya wanafunzi 17,276 walihojiwa katika kaunti 20 za humu nchini, asilimia 50 kati yao wakiwa hawana ufahamu na uwezo wa kutumia interneti, huku asilimia 27 wakiwa hawana ufahamu wa teknolojia. Akizungumza wakati wa uzinduzi wa ripoti hiyo, mshirikishi wa shirika la Zizi Africa Alive Assessment katika kaunti ya Marsabit Francis Retura ameitaja idadi hiyo kubwa ya wanafunzi wasio na uwezo wa kusoma kitabu cha gredi ya 4 kuwa jambo linalohitaji umakini na ushirikiano kati ya walimu na washikadau mbalimbali katika idara ya elimu.
It's also important to note that 43% of the adolescents can read a grade 4 text. For Marsabit, the reading stood at 39.3%. For if you can see the reading of our adolescents aged 13 to 17 years standing at 39.3%. What does it reflect? It reflects that more than 60% of our adolescents aged between 13 to 17 years are actually unable to read grade 4 text. Also, the area of internet was assessed, and 50% of the adolescents can get onto the internet with ease. You can see that is an area where the percentage is high, actually, in all the counties. But what does it implicate? It tells us that there is that eagerness for digital literacy and access to internet, access to the social gadgets, and so.
Aidha, Retura amekariri kuwa ni asilimia 7.6 pekee ya wanafunzi walio kati ya umri wa miaka 13 hadi 17 walio na uwezo wa kutatua matatizo katika kaunti ya Marsabit, huku asilimia 5 pekee ya watoto walio kati ya umri huo wakiwa na uwezo huo, huku asilimia 9 wakiwa na uelewa wa mambo. Anahoji kuwa japo mingi ya masuala haya yanafunzwa katika mtaala mpya wa elimu CBC, bado haijabainika iwapo walimu na wazazi wana uelewa wa kutosha kuhusiana na mfumo huo.
The findings showed most of the adolescents have started their journey to acquisition of these competencies. For instance, while adolescents can identify a problem, they mostly identify only a single solution to a problem, even when they are asked for several. Overall, in the assessment, only 5% of the adolescents demonstrated the highest proficiency levels in problem solving. That is for the 20 counties which were sampled for the assessment. But for Marsabit, problem solving proficiency stood at 7.6%. For self-awareness, 9% are proficient in self-awareness. That is for the 20 counties which were sampled. But for Marsabit, self-awareness sub-skills which were assessed were perspective taking and also self-management. So in the same, perspective taking for Marsabit was standing at, proficiency stood at 15.2%, while in self-management it stood at 16.1%. 10% are proficient in collaboration for the 20 counties sampled, that is the average. But for Marsabit, collaboration stood at the proficiency of those adolescents aged 13 to 17 years, proficiency stood at 7.5%.
Kulingana naye ni kwamba ipo hoja ya kuwapa walimu wa chekechea ECDE elimu ya kutosha ili kufanikisha mapendekezo yaliyopo kwenye ripoti hiyo.
So life skills are actually important as academic subjects. Therefore, nurturing life skills should be everyone's responsibility. But this is not possible unless all of us know how important these competencies are. It's also important for everyone to build or nurture them, as you cannot nurture in others what you do not have. Perhaps we make the recommendation that all the stakeholders in education, and more specifically our teachers, they need to take attention on their life skills and the core competencies in the competency-based curriculum, and also the life skills. I know the life skills are not taught, but they're inherent in the competency-based curriculum. So it is the responsibility of our teachers, right from the lower levels, at the early childhood education, to the higher levels, that we actually nurture these values and nurture the skills so that these children can become, by the end of the basic education system, they will be able to be equipped with the values and skills to face the world of work. Teachers in the primary schools have been retooled, even some in the secondary schools have been retooled on the CBC, and they have now requisite skills and values to implement the CBC curriculum.
Aidha, waziri wa elimu katika kaunti ya Marsabit Baro Abdullahi ameutaja utafiti huo kama utakaosaidia katika kutatua matatizo yanayoikumba sekta ya elimu jimboni na hata taifa kwa ujumla, huku akiwarai wazazi na walimu kukumbatia mfumo mpya wa elimu CBC. Baro ameweka wazi kuwa mafunzo ya walimu wa shule za chekechea ili kufanikisha mfumo wa CBC yanatarajiwa kung'oa nanga hivi karibuni.
When children don't have life skills in life, they may end up in engaging in very many menaces, like drugs. The previous education system were engaging the A's and the B's who will go to universities. There are others who are able to go to tertiary colleges, but there are others who cannot even go to those tertiary colleges. As the county government of Marsabit, we are put a place. We have given those learners a place in a VTC where these children are given skills. We have seen the issue of VCD teachers not trained on CBC, which is the new system of education. We are targeting, and this is in our plan, that we should train all the ECD teachers on CBC.
Kauli yake imeshabikiwa na mkurugenzi wa tume ya kuajiri walimu TSC tawi la Marsabit Sami Laitakola, na ambaye ametaja hoja ya ushirikiano kati ya walimu na wazazi ili kufanikisha mfumo wa elimu hapa jimboni.
Research has inflicted pain on us that we have a deficiency in self-respect, in problem solving, in a collective effort to address an issue that is now a self-inflicted information. It's an injury already on our side. So it's upon us now to sit down, and that's where the relevance of this team really assembled the best audience for this presentation, because these are the people who can easily go and address these other things in the society.
Nikiripotia kituo hichi, jina langu ni Isaac Ihenya.